Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Ashley, and you're watching Ed and Ashley's
5-Minute Show. Hi, I'm Ed, and we are here at the BlogHer conference in Chicago. And right now I'm with Ronnie from Ronnie's Way. And Ronnie, can you tell us a little bit about how you actually got into technology and sort of where you're at now?
Sure. Okay. It's a kind of a funny story, but I was late to the. I'm in my 30s. It sounds so bad now for me to say that. Not really. I'm only kidding. But I went to college in I graduated high school in 1994, which that was like really the beginning of the boom of people having personal computers, and the internet thing was starting to be born and all that. But we didn't have a computer growing up. I didn't really live with any technologists. I went to a Catholic school, so we didn't have a lot of technology. We actually had brother word processors. Do you remember word processors? Yeah. Does anyone remember that? You know, so you actually like had a little tiny screen like this, and you put a piece of paper in. So that's what I went to college with. And then I wasn't exposed to technology at all. It just wasn't even in my vocabulary. And it was, of course, prevalent on a college campus. Colleges are usually a little bit more advanced when it comes to being on the cutting edge of what's happening. And I took an English class with actually a female teacher who was very technology orientated, and she laughed at me because I didn't know which way a floppy disk went in. I didn't even know, and it wasn't it was the 3.5. It wasn't the 5.5. So it's not that old. But and I thought, man, I need to learn. I need to get up to speed on this. So I took like an introduction to computer class, and it was your classic. It was Unix, you know, and you learned about how to talk to friends, and it was just email and Pine, you know, like it was these old Unix things, and I just thought this is pretty easy. And the more I got exposed to it, I ended up changing my major from like chemistry, which I don't know. I wanted to be like a pathologist, I wanted to like cut people open, figure out forensics pathologist, and figure out like when they died. I don't know why, but I'd be fascinated. And then I just became like not obsessed with the computer, but just fascinated by it, and I'm able to it just seemed it was just fun. It was like fun, and I wasn't really sure what I would do. I wasn't a natural. Like that was another thing I think I need to. When I went to programming, I took programming classes. I took COBOL. Nice. That's how old I was. And C, not C++. C. But it was. I wasn't natural. It was hard for me, and programming didn't come natural to me at all. But the things that did come natural were like I had a class on what's it called, like data structures and kind of understanding databases, and more of almost that kind of I can see networks. I understood how that worked and how things would communicate to one another. And then so I graduated with a management information systems degree, feeling really fearful that I don't know how to program and I'm not really good at this. I just like computers. And I found a master's degree program called Instructional Technology, which was multimedia. And that's when I really came into, like, at that time, Flash 3 was just out. Flash wasn't a big thing, but HTML was really popular. Authorware, I don't know if you guys know these Authorware and Toolbook and these multimedia programs where I can visually interact with the computer. And then I just fell in love, like, with just programming, and it was a visual environment and that kind of thing. And I haven't looked back. Like website development and multimedia and graphics, that's the world that I really kind of gravitated towards. That was really long-winded, wasn't it?
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
That's okay. Well, I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
So after this, just journey from being, really not knowing anything about computers to, getting a master's degree in instructional technology. What are you doing now? How are you using technology today in your career? Like, what do you do?
That's a great question because it's so intertwined. Like sometimes I actually get nervous that I wouldn't exist without technology, right? Because I'm a blogger. Since I graduated from college, I got a job as a multimedia programmer. So I was working as a multimedia person, doing websites. I then started to teach. I started to teach web development at a community college, and then I quit to become a full-time blogger. So everything I do is is just oozing in technology. Like I Twitter on my phone. I can't survive an hour without checking my email. I can't do directions without going to MapQuest. I can't just make a decision without Googling people's opinions. I mean, in my career, I mean now I'm a interactive online designer for a university. So I haven't had a job post college that wasn't just surrounded by technology. Just being on the computer, being on the web, programming, problem solving. That's the environment I put myself in after college. So awesome. I actually look at other people that don't have technology and like, how do you work without a computer? Like, I don't understand. Yeah. Unless it's like manual labor, like what do you do? But anyway, that's just me.
Well, Ronnie, thank you so much for taking time out of your really busy schedule to
this was a lot of fun.
Answer some
Thanks
questions.
for asking.
And have a great rest of the conference.
Thanks. You too.